All right, thank you, Mr. President. A few things to go over in the last month. First of all, good evening, everybody. Last week, as many of you know, was Teacher Staff Appreciation Week, and we had many tokens of appreciation shared with our staff. The water bottles with the logo, trail mix bars, hiking bookmark, which samples of which are provided for members here tonight. The Littleton Education Association also provided a sweet treat to all the staff and lunches at some sites. Our administrators, our PTA groups also provided lunches and gift certificates for teachers. Thank you, everybody. Food seemed to be the big appreciation theme. Papa John's Pizza was provided for staff at Littleton and Collier elementary schools. All across the district there were chips and salsa, microwave popcorn, fortune cookies, fruit, cheesecakes, cupcakes, pastries, muffins, donuts, juice, and coffee. So if teachers should be feeling appreciated, or at least a little heavier this week. In addition to all the food, Country Place had posters lining the hallways with decorations for teachers, keychains and teacher appreciation certificates. Estrella Vista had tote bags. Littleton had double wall cups and letters of gratitude from students, as well as chair massages from the Estrella Medical Center. Quinton had t-shirts to promote staff morale, the ones that say, "I teach what's your superpower." And Trace Rios distributed some possum keychains to their staff with some inspirational notes. So we're really proud of the work everybody did to show how much we appreciate our teachers. Now, teacher salary and jobs have been in the news again this spring because of uncertainty about the state budget. We're hearing that budget bills may be introduced in the Senate any day now. In fact, I think an agenda just posted for appropriations for tomorrow. And bills are expected to move forward from the Senate committee, or to the Senate Committee of the Whole by Thursday. There's still a lot of controversy about Medicare, Medicaid, but I think they're ready to let things move even if they're not in complete agreement. So it's speculated the Medicaid language will be added as a floor amendment in the Committee of the Whole, and that there's 3 to 5 Republicans who are going to join together with Senate Democrats to move it forward. We still don't know if the governor's budget proposal has performance funding language. I think I told the board before that under the previous model, Littleton made out pretty well because of our growth last year, but we don't know what will happen with 2013 scores, so there's no guarantee about that. It looks like about a 1.8% increase to the base is what we're hearing. We also hear it'll include proposed language to eliminate soft capital and choral formulas. That's all of our equipment instructional materials. Combine them into a new category called additional assistance funded at the current levels. This means a permanent loss of $210 per pupil, or nearly half of our capital allocation. The proposed budget related to increasing the bonding cap from 5 to 10% looks to be only temporary, so it'll be a little or no help to our district. We haven't heard about the proposed language to gradually reduce kindergarten override weighted membership count. That's pretty critical to us. We understand a lot of these topics are under discussion at the Capitol, and votes are being traded in what they call negotiations. It's unknown right now if the House has the votes to pass the Senate version and send it to the governor for signature, so we'll be keeping our eye on that quite a bit this week. One rumor I heard is if it doesn't move this week, it may not move till the end of June. This is kind of like their shot to get it done. We're really proud that Miss Samantha Foster, first grade teacher at Littleton Elementary School, was presented with the Excellence in Education Award last week in her classroom. Ms. Foster was nominated by a parent for the award sponsored by KEZ 99.9 and Rio Salado College. She's recognized because of her dedication to her students, her teaching abilities, and her wonderful positive attitude. She received a plaque, $99, and attended a luncheon at the Capitol Grill. If you've ever been there, you know that's way more than $99 right down there. And Ms. Foster is a true treasure hunter, and we congratulate her on her outstanding achievement. Those of us who were traveling to the National School Boards Conference were able to pick up some useful information. Some of the big legal issues facing our schools include affordable health care, changes in 2014 that'll affect us, student safety, health, concussions, social media, cyberspace, vouchers, information about reasonable accommodations and disabilities. So I did want to say I particularly like the quote from the outgoing president of the National Association of Public Education: is not failing, but it is struggling because our policy leaders are failing education. Keynote speaker Gina Davis talked about how school boards can be powerful agents of change. It turns out, this is interesting, 17% of women are surgeons, professors in Congress, et cetera, through all these groups. Even in crowd scenes in movies, it's only 17% women. And even though they make up half the population. Also, we heard astrophysicist Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about how science investments and economic strength are correlated for countries. He hypothesized that people in our country are afraid of science and numbers, and that today we have scientifically illiterate people writing science books. And he lamented somehow it's become religion versus science in the United States, and that's not going to be good for us or our economy. In the inaugural gathering of Littleton School District's Communications Committee, excuse me, we got off to a great start. We covered many of the district's strengths and learned the district is strong in its many internal communication efforts with families, employees, but we need to improve our outreach to other community stakeholders. We developed several recommendations for improving district communications moving forward, and we're looking forward to some of the communications work that will be coming out real soon. This past week, all of our schools participated in TAP school review process. And the school review process included observing cluster meetings, interviewing teachers and leaders, reviewing documents. School review teams utilize all this data to provide feedback to schools on the quality and extent of TAP implementation. Principals have also been working hard to provide differentiated professional development regarding the 8 mathematical practices, which are part of the Common Core math standards. Our district math challenge competition, Estrella Vista Elementary took honors in both the 3rd and 4th grade and the 5th and 6th grade teams, and Littleton Elementary School won the 7th and 8th grade team competition. Our 3rd and 4th graders went on to place 8th in the regional, and the 5th and 6th graders placed 5th in the regional competition. Another year of sports has come to an end. All the division titles were not decided until the last week of play. We had co-champions in baseball, and softball was decided on the last night of the season. We want to share congratulations to Estrella Vista and Tres Rios for being co-champions in baseball. Country Place and Quinton went down to the wire, with Country Place winning the division for the girls. All of our teams represented us well in the playoffs. And again, we want to thank the City of Avondale, Towson Union High School District for their support, allowing us to use their facilities. Finally, we want to thank Mr. Videtic for serving as our athletic director the last few years. He's given our athletes the opportunity to achieve in sports. We wish him all the best in his retirement, and we're already looking forward to next year's sports season. In closing, I'd like to express special thanks to Margaret Schulke for scholarship funds for Collier students, Firebird PTA and Barry Smith for movie licensing, USA for Littleton, Collier and Country Place PTA for funds for employee recognition, and that's all I have this evening.